Welcome back to the Untouchaballs podcast. Caden and Leo here. Caden, we are not doing well today.
I mean, it was an interesting weekend of football.
It was an interesting weekend of football, but first and foremost, the Kansas City Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl.
That is very true.
Let's address the elephant in the room. But before we get to that, we had another game beforehand, Caden. Jump right into it.
Yeah, the shellacking in Philadelphia. 55-23 Eagles victory.
Caden, we said that the Commanders would be able to cover, and they were not able to cover. Once again, as everything you hit on in the pod beforehand, fumbles, couldn't stop Saquon. How you going to win a football game with that recipe?
Yeah, we recapped it like when they played just the last time. They had 5 turnovers before they were able to win the game. This game, you fumbled the ball 3 more times, and then, Jaden threw the pick. That's when the game was already over. But the 3 fumbles is really what killed you. The Eckler one, which hurt. And all 4 turnovers turned into touchdowns. That's 28 points that the Eagles scored off these 4 turnovers.
Yes.
And you had the one on the kickoff that killed, the Eckler one, the Diami Brown one early in the game. Just a bunch of bad fumbles. And then, you look, Saquon, he only had 15 carries. Not good for me. I had the 25 plus. He way short. But 118 yards, 3 tuds. Their first play from scrimmage, Saquon rips a 60-yarder to the end zone. And then the other bad bet for me, thought Hurts would go under on his passing.
Nope.
And instead, A.J. Brown was wide open. Dallas Goedert was wide open the whole game. They just, while their secondary is supposedly pretty good, they couldn't cover anything yesterday. We're just letting everyone get open, letting Jalen Hurts have a lot of time in the pocket. And he was able to find the open receiver, play in, play out, and that made it so they didn't have to run the ball as much to Saquon because they were able to move it down the field efficiently in the air.
Correct, Caden. And you talk about in the playoffs, you can't make mistakes. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. And that's all the Commanders did. All right, it was Jaden Daniels, again, like he's all year long, trying to drag everyone else along with him. And when you have an Eagles team that just out-schemed you, out-coached you, the Eagles were just a step ahead in every scenario, every position, and, ultimately held their own. But, Caden, even though we didn't get the cover, Terry McLaurin found the end zone, as I put down for our bet.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin, he had a kind of a lackluster.
He did.
He didn't do much offensively. Really, his only good play was that 36-yard touchdown.
Correct.
And that happens earlier. We're like, okay, we got a ball game going right now.
It looked like it.
It looked like it. And then, you keep turning the ball over offensively or on special teams. You have the Tressway. He was able to throw a nice pass on the fake punt. You're having these good starts to drives. They just weren't able to really finish them. And then the Eagles, every single, I think 5 of their first 7 drives were touchdowns. Yeah. That's not if you want to be successful, especially in the playoffs, you can't let 5 of their first 7 offensive drives result not only in points, but touchdowns.
Yeah, Caden, it was a very impressive victory for the Eagles. We'll be talking about them on the side of the Super Bowl matchup in 2 weekends from now. But AFC Championship game, it was another barn burner.
Oh, this was actually a really good football game. Ended up 32-29, Chiefs victory, Chiefs win, Chiefs cover.
All the above, Caden. And you know what? This was a game that came down to plays.
Yeah.
Simple, a couple plays, just like every single Kansas City Buffalo game is. It's a back-and-forth matchup. Andy Reid designing incredible plays. That's one thing we got to give credit for the Chiefs, is 4th down, 3rd down scenario. When the Chiefs needed a play, Andy Reid had it called like that, and they were beating the Bills schematically. They didn't need anyone to come out and have any crazy performances, kid. Travis Kelce didn't go ballistic.
No, Travis Kelce. 2 catches for 19 yards.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy probably had the most notable day of any Chiefs player.
He did 685 and a tutty. He had the most catches by 3 and the most yards by 25.
Exactly.
So he was easily their most.
The most player. But even that is, not super over the top. It's not, going for 103 tuds like we saw Saquon Barkley do. And yet the Chiefs still found a way to win.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like, this game, like, every year we see this game in the playoffs. It's a back and forth, great football game. I mean, Josh Allen didn't it seemed like at the start he really wanted to throw an interception.
He did. He was throwing some
Iffy ball, yeah. Chiefs weren't able to catch it, but then after the Bills punt on their opening drive, the Chiefs go down 90 yards in 9 plays. You just made it look way too easy to score that opening. Yeah, way too easy. Kareem Hunt punches it in, and it's like that's not a good. Not a good start for the Bills. And then this was kind of crazy. Tyler Bassett, that 53-yarder. It's the longest field goal in Arrowhead playoff history, which is surprising thing about, especially with how many games have been there.
Well, yeah, recently there's been a lot of games there, Caden. But there was that stretch where KC wasn't really hosting anything.
Yeah, but when all these games, you have Harrison Butker, who has a really good leg, and he doesn't miss in the playoffs.
Well, when you have a really good offense that doesn't stall out, and they either get all the way down and with super close field goals, or they're scoring touchdowns.
That is true. And it seemed like the Bills could have leaned on the run game a little
They definitely should have.
Like our boy James Cook led me to a fantasy championship. He's been leading us to some good bets. You had the touchdown. That hit for you. I had 60-plus rush yards. On only 13 carries, he had 85 yards. He was averaging 6.5 yards a carry.
And Ken, even that very last drive, it's well over 2 minutes left. You have all 3 timeouts, and you go two passes incomplete, and you're setting yourself in third and just unmanageable. It's poor decision-making. I think they should have opened up and just give a run to James Cook. The Chiefs players are all playing back. They're all playing prevent. They're not trying to rush hard. You surprise him with a run like that, who knows? He might gash will get you 15, 20 yards, and now you're in business. Now you're cooking. You got some momentum. But to not even give him the ball, not even give him a chance to make a play when he's been your best offensive player the whole night, it's frustrating.
Yeah. We should mention the weird 4th down.
Oh, yeah.
That somehow wasn't called a first down when...
Well, it was called a first down, and then all of a sudden the ref's running.
Oh, yeah, the ref's running. He's like, okay, pass line. Bumps into the player, and he's like, now his line's adjusted. Short line, they review it. You see the ball cross. You see Josh Allen with the ball across line, like, nope, there's no evidence that he went up. That was very surprising. That really... It's really swung the game, yeah.
Yeah, because the Bills are up a point right now, going down to potentially scoring. So at the minimum, they're going to be up 4 now. But then you get the Chiefs who go down and score, and then they go for 2, and now they're up a touchdown, all within a series of 1 play in the 4th quarter. Puts a lot of pressure on Josh Allen and the Bills, which they just weren't able to come up.
Well, they go down and tie it at 29, and then obviously the Chiefs kick that field goal. Then it's 4th and 5 for the Bills. Josh Allen running around the back.
Corner blitz.
Hooks, throws up a little prayer.
Catchable ball.
Kincaid, not easily, but he probably should have caught it.
Definitely should have caught it. Had both hands. It was in position. But in Kincaid's defense, he's running
as a completely flip.
Stop, turn around, and dive. But, that's the difference between going to the Super Bowl and not, Caden. Who's going to step up and make those plays? And the Chiefs players did when they had to.
Now we've seen back-to-back AFC games ended with drops by tight ends.
Yes, true. But, just like in the previous game, we may have not got the cover. James Cook found the end zone.
This one he did. Yeah, it's now, obviously we're getting a rematch of, what was that, 50
years ago.
So 55, 54?
Yeah,
something like that. We'll get through. That was a really good game just a couple years ago.
Then it came down to a horrible PI call of the Chiefs, and
it was PI, but it was a penalty, but
trash.
Yeah, but hopefully we can get another good Super Bowl like that year.
Yes.
It's going to be the Saquon show for the Eagles. Are they going to be able to slow them down? And, hopefully, Reed against Sirianni. Obviously, one coach is a lot better than the other.
Correct.
And then Mahomes and Hurts, obviously one quarterback better than the other, but it's going to come down to this running game. We're going to see, can the Chiefs stop Saquon, and will the Eagles defense be able to fluster and stop this Chiefs offense?
You're getting ahead of yourself there, buddy. You're getting very excited about the Super Bowl matchup. We're going to have all that for you guys on next week's episode. We're taking a break from football for this upcoming weekend. Just baseball for you guys. Of course, don't forget about basketball tomorrow. And Caden, what should these people do before they leave?
Yeah, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. Share this video with your friends, family, strangers, neighbors, anything like that. Check out our website, theuntouchaballs.wordpress.com. And like you said, no football on Fridays. There's no games. Just I the Pro Bowl, which nobody cares about, and then the East West Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl, which I think we'll probably talk about come
might
next.
mention it.
We'll probably talk about it come next Tuesday's episode. Go through that, see what we liked and
Correct.
didn't like through that. So yeah, on Friday it'll just be me and Evan talking about some more stuff in the MLB offseason. We get closer and closer to pitchers and catchers reporting.
Most definitely. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all next time.